Hey, good morning, everybody. So let's talk about what happened in the market yesterday. Let's talk about what's going to happen today and what should have happened yesterday. Well, first, let me add this to the screen so you guys can take a look at the SPY with me, because here's what I saw exiting out of what was it? Where the day before yesterday. So we finished ultra green, heavy volume push. Why did we gap down yesterday? Because of Europe, because of European banks, because of the worry. Understand, important data coming out, not from the US at 9:15 this morning, but coming out from Europe. They're going to either raise their rates the same as our Fed is doing, which will put more pressure on their banks that might be more insolvent, depending on their investments. Same as what happened with Silicon Valley Bank. Same with what happened to Silicon Valley Bank. Now, understand, yesterday, if I'm looking at the charts and I'm looking at the volume, there was a good spike on open. Remember, I suggested if you were worried about the market yesterday, get out of your positions. Me, I took a 30% loss on my open positions. Was that smart? No, because if I had held my positions to the end of the day, my positions actually would have been green. It's okay because I got into some good trades yesterday. I'm going to talk about those trades and what potentially we could see today as far as what's going on. Now, if you looked at futures overnight, at like 4 a.m., they ripped lower. Then they fought back. And then at 6 a.m., they ripped lower again. So, what is that? It's probably market manipulation. It's the market makers making you think, oh, shit, we're going to have a huge sell off. Force the market down. They're going to go in and they're going to buy up shares and ETFs again, because that's what we saw yesterday. There was inflow into the SPY for the third straight day. And you're saying, inflow into the SPY, third straight day, then why was the market red? Understanding there were only 16 or 1,700 advancers to 4,400 decliners, but there were certain stocks that were going up. So I'm going to mention some stocks that went up yesterday. But again, U.S. stocks are wavering ahead of European indexes. There's a big decision at 9:15 when the European Central Bank publishes its rate decision. Now, similar to our Fed, and the Fed that was going to do a rate hike on March 22nd, which was supposed to be 50 basis points at least. That's what the market thought, based on the Fed swaps rate. It was coming in at 71%. If you checked in 2 days ago, there's now a 44% chance our Fed does not even raise rates come March 22nd. So that's another reason the market could be strong. What else? The 2-year, the 10-year going down. I look at the US dollar. Okay, so overseas, we could talk about Asian markets. Kind of got slammed yesterday. Crude oil fell to $67 before bouncing back up. Credit Suisse, which wasn't getting any more money from the Saudi bank, got money from some Swiss bank, $54 billion to keep them in good or stable conditions. I'm going to talk about my trades from yesterday, what I'm looking for today. Oh, anybody that was here yesterday and joined me live, we spoke about NVIDIA. And somebody asked me, hey, can we look at the levels of NVIDIA? And what I said yesterday was, first of all, I made a guess pre-market that NVIDIA was trading around $234. And that's exactly where it was trading at when we looked it up. I said, my entry point would be $233 and change. Where it was the low in NVIDIA yesterday, $233. My exit strategy on NVIDIA, I said it will likely pop to $240. What happened? It popped to $242. I would have been out at $240. So if you join me pre-market, you got to listen up, because there's always something to catch about a decent size investment. If you're part of Discord, I mentioned some stocks yesterday that could potentially pop. One of them was Carvana, hasn't popped yet. The other one was Snapchat. Remember, also, I was in pins. So I'm going to talk about Snapchat first. Snapchat was down to $9.50. Where is it this morning? Well, it closed at like $10.20, $10.25. It was up like 4 or 5% pre-market. I saw it at 11 at some point this morning. So that's pretty important. You can listen to that as well. But in the same realm as Snapchat, Meta, and Pinterest. All right, let's talk about Pinterest, which is my trade from earlier this week. I mentioned my entry point, $23.44. What was I looking for? I was looking for $25.70 by close of business on Friday. Now, my returns were too good on Tuesday. I was up over 100%, 120%. I had to take profit. And then we had a volatile day in the market yesterday where it sold off, then it rebounded a little. Where is Pinterest this morning? Well, it closed at $25. It was up 2% pre-market, same way Meta and Snap were up. So it was at $25.50. Understanding my exit was $25.70. So that price target will likely get hit. So when you enter into an options contract, make sure you have the time and the balls to stay in an option contract long enough. Me, myself, no balls sometimes. But let's talk about my trades from yesterday. Let me just remove this. Stop sharing. Let me share our Discord because there are a couple things I'm going to use on Discord this morning to give you guys a heads up. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is talk about trading and securing profit. Small account, it's cool to secure profit. 90% is a great trade. Let's look at this. Where is it? Pinterest. Here we go. So I was in $24 calls. I think I paid 50 cents on average. Again, my exit strategy was $1.70 each. $1.70 implies what? A 220% return. But let's talk about the trades that I was into yesterday. Okay, starter position, UVXY. Puts. Why? Because when the market's stable, or even if the market doesn't crash, the UVXY tends to go down. It's a hedge against volatility. It was spiking at the time at 717. I got in some puts. What happened right after I got in puts? It spiked to 7. Oh, hopefully you guys are looking at this with me. Shit, you're not. Carlos, you got to add that shit when I'm stupid and I forget things, which is a lot of the times. Okay, so again, UVXY 717, it spiked up to 728 or 727. So you can always grab a better entry than me. Then what happened? I also bought some Boyle stock. I bought 100 shares at $5. I bought 100 shares at $4.85. At the same time, I said to myself, holy shit, $4.85, these $5 calls that are expiring Friday are only $18 a piece. Now, the bid was $15. The ask was $20. So what did I do? I just paid up. I actually paid the ask and paid $20 for these option contracts. Where did we finish yesterday? Well, again, Boyle finished at like $5.09. These contracts finished at $28, which means the bid's $25, the ask is $30, $28. But if you look at the percentage gain, you're talking about 40% gain. And what am I looking for today? Well, honestly, I was looking for a spike in natural gas. I was looking for Boyle to go to $6 by Friday. That might not happen. I might not get that 400% return, but I'm definitely going to get a decent return. I got into some energy calls as well. Let's remember, I was following DraftKings. DraftKings went yesterday as low as $17.18. It got rocked, and it only finished off 0.5% yesterday. Carvana, which was getting rocked, actually finished up 3.22% yesterday. UVXY finished at $6.42. Again, my entry was $7.17, and my entry on XLE was $77 and about 10 cents to 15 cents. Started green, but this morning I see that the XLE is actually red. Why is that? Because again, we're all waiting on the decision from the European Fed, whether they're going to increase rates or not. Yeah, I'll like that comment. So let's talk about, oh, no, that's me. Let's talk about flows and algos, because you guys always hear me talk about the flows and algos and how does that help us and how doesn't that help us? So we can see a lot of things. Okay, first thing we can do is check out the dark pool level on the SPY. Understanding, let's make sure you all are looking with me. You are, okay. Understanding the SPY closed right at 389.28, but was mostly around 388. We saw support. So what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at two small dark pool levels here, and they're actually increasing in size along with this dark pool level at 384.63, which of course we tended to bounce off yesterday. If you saw when we hit 384, we bounced higher. Then why did we shoot all the way up as high as we did, all the way to 390, 391? Because there's kind of a ghost zone, meaning there's not very much supply and demand in this level, so it can move quickly. But what you're expecting is a head and shoulders. Now, am I expecting the SPY to explode? Not really, because again, you have a huge dark pool level right here, $19 billion, $26 billion, $28 billion, 398, 395, 392. So it tells me as it pushes higher through each level, it's going to have a hindrance, almost like a wall built up. So there's going to take a lot of volume. Now, the good news is the market's been showing us a shit ton of volume the past couple of days. Now, we talk about volume on the SPY, and that's what I look at. Generally, by 10 a.m., we see 13 million. When you see 19 million, 20 million by 10 a.m. on the SPY, it's telling me it's going to be a heavy day as far as volume. And we've seen that recently. We've seen 140 million, 120 million. Other days, poor days or light volume days, we see 67 million. When you see a light day of 67 million or light volume, it's easier to control and manipulate the market. Do want to make a point. Romeo gave a lesson yesterday at 8:15. If you're not part of our Discord, first off, you can join here. But Romeo's going live. I mean, he's ramping it up. So he's been on live like what, 2 days this week. He's probably going on live today. So that's 3 times this week. A lesson last night. This is the same Romeo, the great one, who took like $2,500 down to $84 2 summers ago. And for $84, finished north of $50,000 from June to December. So people are saying, well, shit, I only have $100. I only have $200. I have $500. What the hell should I do? We had someone join our Discord, told me he lost $70,000 in his stocks, and now he's looking to trade options. How does he get started? Well, shit, this is for everybody. The most important things with option traders is you don't need a hell of a lot of money. You need a good strategy. You need to find a great entry point. Here's the difference. If you're buying an option because you think a stock is going up or going down and you just enter spur of the moment, okay, you could start a position down 20%, 30%. We all know that I love to start out a position down 20%. I'm like, how am I red 20% already? But the great thing is I dip my toe in, meaning I buy one option. I'm down 20%. What does that tell me? Well, I still have the same strategy. So it's telling me I can go heavily into that option play or more heavily now that I've secured a discount. My strategy hasn't changed. My exit strategy hasn't changed. Where I think the stock is going hasn't changed. What's changed is I just secured a better entry for myself. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Let me just see if I have any other comments about NVIDIA. Yeah, I wanted to mention NVIDIA again. NVIDIA, yesterday's low. And if you joined me yesterday morning on YouTube when I spoke about NVIDIA, I said my entry would be 233 and change. I'd be out at 240. Yesterday's low on NVIDIA, 233.60. $233.06. That's exactly what I was calling for, right? 233. What did I say it would spike up to? 240. Where did it spike to? Almost 243, 242.86. So again, I wouldn't have got the spike all the way up there, but what I would have secured is that nice profit line right at $240. A 7-point move in one day, 3%. You're probably looking at, I don't know, 77%. That's what I returned. Yeah, Michael Clark, it was you that we spoke about. So hopefully that helped you yesterday. It helped me. I only made a small trade. Why? Because all of my trades are small. I used to trade hundreds of contracts a day, and I'd be up 8,000, 16,000. Then I would take a wrong turn in the afternoon trying to be right for a third time. And I would go from up 16,000 on the day to down 8,000. And let me tell you, it would mentally hurt me, meaning I wouldn't be good. I'd be angry. Why did I do that? Why did I do this? If you follow in those same footsteps and you're like, why am I such an idiot? Then you're trading too many contracts. If you're only trading 1, 2, 5, 10 contracts, and you could appreciate that and hold your position, i.e. Zach, who sometimes has diamond hands, sometimes has paper hands, me with a Pinterest. Again, I had a larger position in my account, and this is my problem. When I'm up 100% or 120%, and I'm so proud of myself, I don't let it play out. When things are going well, I like to secure profit. When things are going well, I should probably hold on longer. Here's the catch. When things are going bad, I tend to hold longer, saying, no, I'm going to be right because I know what I'm doing. However, it's great to cut losses. Romeo did a video the other day, and he was talking about how it's okay to accept a loss. And if you like the position, you just re-enter it again. So again, I'm expecting, this is just another chart yesterday. I showed you Discord. We were trading a head and shoulders on the SPY. So when we were trading at 384.57, what did it tell me? That we're going back up. Where? To the 387 range. The fact that we went higher than that, 389, that's okay. But if I'm in at 384 and out at 387, I just secured what? If I'm playing 0 days till expiration options, I probably secured 100%. If I'm going out till Friday, which I mentioned earlier in the week, I would go out to Friday with my SPY options. Well, okay, then I'll pick up 25%, but I'm still adequately in my position. I'm not going to scare sell because I know I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to be correct. So let's see what we got this morning. Hey, Matt, thanks for all your input. Thank you for listening to me, Telly. If you guys like it, please Thumbs up. Not enough people give a thumbs up or make a comment after the video is posted. Share the video if you like it. Again, I'm not here for me. I'm here to help you. And I can't help every single person, but I'm damn going to try, and I'm going to give you strategy, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing in hopes that when next time you come into your position and you're about to buy something and you remember my nibble strategy. What is Matt's nibble strategy? My nibble strategy is, shit, we never call the absolute bottom or absolute top. I'm going to enter into a contract. I'm going to pay $1.20 per contract. I have a small account. It's under $500. I'm putting $1.20 in, or $120. That's almost 25%. Here's the catch. Here's the nibble. Let's say I take $10 off, and instead of $120, I get in at $110. Well, you say, well, I want to get in right now. Understand, if you're bidding $120 or $110, you're probably going to get that same contract, and you're going to get it 9% cheaper at $110 rather than $120. It works. So the next time, and I'm challenging everybody here to do that, the next time you're going to buy a contract, unless you're playing 0 days to expiration options and you're playing the SPY or SPX and you're expecting an instant move. But let's just say you're getting in a longer term position in DraftKings because you think that's a good stock, or TDOC, or even Rivian, which has been beat up. You say to yourself, okay, I was going to pay $1.30 for this contract. Let me put in $1.15. Let me save 14%. Guess what? The contract's going to get hit. So at some point in the future, instead of being down 15, 16, 18% to start your contract, you're only going to be down 1, 2, 3%, and you're going to get it for the cheaper price. The same is true on the way out. A lot of people were stuck in Carvana yesterday due to my prediction of Carvana, and it opened up at like $6 and like 50 or $6 and like 50 something cents. Well, it went up to $7.19 at some point during the day. So I have a bunch of people that got out, were down 20%, then went up 30%, secured profit at $7.02. Here's the catch. If you had put in for another 5% on the way out instead of 30% profit, 35% profit, when it spiked from 702 all the way to 710 or 715 or 719, where it was yesterday, you would have got the extra 5%. So instead of a 30% trade, you would have been at 35%. Okay. What do we got here? Nico. Man, I'm so appreciative because here's what gets me. You have so many people on Twitter like, dude, I'm the Spy King. And their Twitter accounts are just growing from 10,000 to 20,000 to 30,000. And let's remember, I actually spoke to, what was it, the trading champ, the dude from Texas, real estate guy. Nice guy, definitely knows what he's doing. But I hate people that go on and they promise you, here, I'm going to give you a 1,000% banger today. Yeah, follow me, give me a like. 1,000. It's shit is bullshit. It's just like the market manipulators that we see in the market. So again, what can I tell you? Well, we can analyze shit. So let's try analyzing shit. Hey, Matt, can we look at Amazon and Tesla? Yeah, we can. I'm not telling you Tesla's going to rip higher. Here's where you're getting in. Here's where you're getting out. I mean, NVIDIA call yesterday was great. But let's go and let's pull up. Let's pull it up. Let's go to Amazon and Tesla. Okay, so I'm going over to Discord. I'm going to go down. And here's the thing about the market real quick before we look at those two. The people that were in calls yesterday as an overall entry into the market, they didn't give up their calls. The people that were in puts yesterday didn't give up their puts. Now, if you saw the calls give up and start selling their calls off and the puts were still heavily weighted, I would say we're going down today. Vice versa, if you saw the puts sell off and the calls being bought up, then I say we're going up. We're not. We're going to have a mixed market today. Yes, the nibble works. Never pay the ask. Always underbid. All right, so we're going to look at Amazon and Tesla. Now, first, before we look at Amazon and Tesla, I'm going to overall look at it in a larger scope, meaning I'm going to check out inflow versus outflow. Now, I know Amazon had some inflow because I was in Amazon not too long ago. I know there were some huge buys. So the first thing I do is look at the 1 month. What do I see last 3 days? Inflow, inflow, inflow. Again, I mentioned the same shit on the SPY. So they're still buying the industry leaders. When the market crashes or gets beat up, it's down 700 points. What the hell are they buying? They're buying Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Apple. They're buying the industry leaders. They're buying NVIDIA. So how was I so sure NVIDIA would pop yesterday? They're buying NVIDIA. It's not like the market is getting thrown up on itself and we're going to see 370 on the SPY. I'm over that shit. I'm over bull or bear or trading with emotion. We want to look at this. Okay, so let's go to Amazon. Let's go to Tesla. Let's see what we got here. So I'll go over to Discord. And again, anybody could join Discord. You just have to click on the link below, soc-platform.com. And I'll look at, let's look at Amazon first. So I'll type in TR. Let's look at the net flow for Amazon. We'll look at the dark pool level for Amazon because we have to see what it needs to push through. All right, so Amazon, what am I noticing? All right, premiums for calls higher, premiums for puts still going up. So there's a lot of volatility with Amazon. Again, I'm looking at this right now and I'm saying, okay, Amazon could probably push a little higher. If it wanted to meet this, we'd see it at $97. Let's look where Amazon is right now, 96.20. It's a little down pre-market. So again, and then I look at the day range for Amazon, 93.07, 96.67. Understand we dipped yesterday morning early. So I'll take off about a point and a half. And I'll say, if I'm looking for an Amazon move today in a bullish direction, I would call the top of Amazon today 97.70. So do me a favor, everybody that's watching me, please, if Amazon's top today is 97.70 or right at that level, join me again tomorrow morning, except for ask about your own stock. So again, if I was going to get in Amazon, I'm looking at the 5-day chart and I want to see where it dipped to yesterday. So I'm looking at the dip pre-market and I'm saying, okay, we could probably dip to the $94.30 range. So again, if we're at 96.20, my strategy, if I want to be bullish on Amazon, is I'm looking for entry on Amazon when it's down 2% today. If it doesn't go down 2% today, what am I going to do? Stay the hell away from Amazon. Okay, I'm going to look at Tesla today. TSLA. Okay, so let's look at Tesla. We're going to see the same thing, I bet. Okay, so Tesla actually had a little outflow yesterday. Tesla was down to $180, low of 176, high of 182. We had 2 inflow days before Tesla had an outflow day yesterday. With that said, I'm seeing head and shoulders with Tesla. So again, Tesla's an expensive stock to get into when it comes to options. So I would say to myself, you know what? Tesla may not be the right play for me. But let's look at the dark pool for Amazon first, DP, because I don't want to skip. I promise dark pool levels, DP, Amazon, right. I almost forget. I get a little forgetful sometimes. All right, Amazon dark pool level. And let's go back to Amazon. Where was it at? I think it was at $94. Is that it? 94, 96, $96 flat this morning. So I look at the dark pool level and I say, okay, dark pool levels are pretty small in this range. It had support at $94.56. So when I just mentioned that I would look for entry around $94.30, I'm going to up that a little. I'm going to say $94.50 plus or minus 20 cents. So $94.70 to $94.30. That would be my entry, because this $2 billion and this $2.7 billion are telling me Amazon has support. Amazon has the buying. When it dips, they're buying Amazon. So again, entry $94.56. Where would my exit be? Well, since these are small dark pool levels, not even $1 billion, I'm going to say it can go up to $97.70. Another $1.50 higher, which would be the next level higher. I don't know what the level is up here, but I'm telling myself, if I get in at the right entry and out, then it's okay. So let's look at the dark pool levels of Tesla. They're a little more spread apart. So TRDP levels, Tesla. Let's take a look. And if anybody else has questions about stocks, please ask while I'm doing this. Hopefully you guys are all looking at this with me. You certainly are. Okay. Fact that we're trading right around that level. Now, if Tesla was to drop, where would I look for support? 175.91 plus or minus 20 cents. Well, what was the low yesterday? 176.03. So if you add 12 cents to this level, this dark pool level, that's where it found support. If today's going to be a green day in the market and Tesla doesn't drop all that much, where would I look for support? Right around where it closed at yesterday. Now, where could it go to if it's going higher? Well, if it's going higher, this is such a small level, $2.33 billion. So 190 and 20 cents, I'd go right here. So again, if I'm looking to get into Tesla, I'm looking to get in right around the dark pool level from yesterday, 176. Where would I get out? 190. Again, for Tesla, you got to be really accurate with Tesla because they're expensive options. But there, we just looked at that. Let's see. Good morning. Yeah, I froze. I'm gone. I'm never gone, dude. Just internet issues. That's all it is. So let me just mention a couple stocks that I'm looking at trading today. Again, yesterday I mentioned the video. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is looking at DraftKings, and I'm saying it's down 1% pre-market at 1781. Do I want to get back into DraftKings? Well, the low yesterday was $17.12. The high yesterday was $18. So we finished close to the high. I'm looking at the one-minute chart. Again, volume's really light. So if the market collapses, DraftKings or any other spec play is a stock I do not want to be in. However, if the market shows strength, then yes, I want to be in the smaller cap stocks like the Russell or other stocks in the Russell, whether it's TDOC. I mentioned Snap yesterday. Carvana is going to need money. So even when Carvana has green days, I'm staying a little away from Carvana right now. Again, I'm in Boyle. Boyle's at $5.13 this morning. I'm watching natural gas. Boyle went from $5.28 pre-market, dropped probably to $5 or even $4.99, and is back at $5.13 or $5.14. Now, what do? I always keep my eye on natural gas. So when you look at the chart for natural gas, what did you see? A morning drop. So I'll keep my eye on that because I actually expect natural gas to go a little higher today. Back to the stocks that I'm looking at. Oh, there are a couple of good stocks that I'm going to mention that you can still get involved with. Let me just go down. Okay, Pinterest up 1% pre-market, just dropped. It was at 254 as high as 265 pre-market. So I'm assuming the market dropped. Let's see where the SPY is sitting at. Yeah, it's off 35%, 0.35. So it's sitting at 387.90. All right, so let's get back into the SPY because that's probably the most important because that'll give you market direction right now. So I'm going to go to the dark pool level. I'm going to find the SPY dark pool level. Let's see. I know I looked it up already this morning. Here it is. Dark pool level for the SPY. Okay. So again, we closed at 389. We're sitting at 388 flat, 387.98. So 388 this morning. So I'm going to my dark pool level and I'm like, all right, where's 388? Well, 388 is right in between this go zone. So again, if I'm looking for the market to drop, again, you're looking for entry. So say I'm bullish in the market today, which I am. I'm not going to lie. I'm a long-term bear. I'm a short-term bull. If it wasn't for the European crisis in banking yesterday, the market would have went a lot higher instead of dropping 700 points only to finish, down 200 points. So 388. Again, if I'm looking for a drop on open, I'm saying 387.31, small zone, 384.63. So I'm saying somewhere in between there is a good entry. Now, if I'm going to find entry and I'm going to get involved with calls, I need to have validation on the 1-minute chart and the 3-minute chart. The 1-minute chart I use as my sniper tool. The 3-minute chart I use as more of a confirmation, and I need to see volume. So entry is somewhere here. This is also called no man's land. Where could we ghost up to? We could ghost up to 392.67. So with the day not even starting and the SPY yesterday's high at 389.49, the fact that we're sitting right now under 388, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pretty confident that at some point during the day, we're going to hit that 392 level. 392.67, possibly, but plus or minus 20 cents. So again, if I'm looking for the market to reject and it's going up, I'm paying close attention to 392.50. At 390, again, it should incur a little bit of rejection. And again, yesterday we were at 389.49. So plus or minus 40 cents we didn't make up. This is a very small level. So I believe we're going to go head and shoulders between, let's say, 386 and 392 today. 6-point range, 1.5%. That's what I'm going to look for. Bull case scenario. Bull case scenarios, you see the market drop on open and we hit that 385 level. And once you see support in the 385 level, we quickly go back to 388. Now, it's not like we're going to explode from 385 to 392. We're going to go up 2% like that. No, it's going to be a battle. So that's why you see spikes and dips. That's why I tell you, it's okay to secure profit. As soon as I place an order to buy a contract, I place the same order to sell the contract. I bought a contract for $120. I say to myself, my exit strategy is 50%, so I'm going to sell it for $180. I don't care if it rips higher than that. If I make my 50% and I put it in, then we're good there too. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Okay, so WAL, that's one of those banks. Let me just go there. Did I keep them on or did I delete them all? I think I might have deleted them. Oh, no, Western Alliance. Here we go. Again, I don't want to tell you guys Western Alliance is a good buy unless I do my research in Western Alliance, meaning I've got to look at their balance sheet. If I'm going to invest in any of these small banks, I want to look at their balance sheet. It's not just about trading the stocks as far as the banks go, because any number of these little banks could definitely go belly up the same way that these little banks can gain support and move up 20%, 40%. I mean, we saw 40% drop, 5% increase, 8% up yesterday. Where's it down this morning? Pre-market down 6%. So there is a strategy you can use for these small regional banks. what you can do is you can go out 1 or 2 weeks. You can go way out of the money. So if we're looking at Western Alliance, which is $32, went from 26 to 35, my entry would have to be somewhere around $26 or $27 where we saw support yesterday. The fact that it's trading at $30.30 pre-market, I would look for another dip of $2, and then I would get into calls, and I would go out probably to the end of March or beginning of April. I would go out of the money, maybe $50 calls. That way I'm only paying like $40 a contract, $30 a contract. When it goes up, and Western Mutual goes up 6 points today from $28 to $34, I'm going to look at those options that are outdated 2 weeks, and I'm going to see the $30 contracts that I bought are now $45. So yes, the stock didn't move significantly. We're still 2 weeks out. We're still so far out of the money, yet you just made 50%. Now, wasn't my strategy. I actually saw other people doing this, and I'm like, holy shit, there's so much volatility that when something's dropping, you can get it extremely cheap. And when it's going up, people want to pay out of the money because they think these stocks are going up 40, 50%. Why do they think that? Because if you look back, here's where we're at. The stock was at like, what, $80. Same with First Republic. Again, that was a Jim Cramer, First Republic of San Francisco. I mean, they went from $17 to $40. Yesterday was 29 to 37. The range closed at 31. They are buying the bank. However, I'm not going to buy the bank. Let's just see. It's down 30% this morning. So we're back at $21 pre-market. Understanding 2 days prior, $17.56 was the low. So if I want to get into a bank that's off 30 or 40% in the morning, I'm going to look for the daily low from 2 days ago where I know it found support at 17. If I find support at 17, then I want to get out around $29. Again, right now this morning, it's around $21.70. Again, in the interim, it's in like no man's land. With that said, we've gone past our time. Please thumbs up if you like me. Join me tomorrow morning, end of the week, Friday. A lot of information coming out at 9:15. European Union Bank rate hike. Pay attention at 9:15. Look at what the market's doing. Look on Twitter. Listen up. Google it. Google the Financial Times. Figure out what the European, if they're not raising rates, if they come back and they were supposed to raise 50 basis points, if they don't raise rates, that will be bullish for European markets. It'll be bullish for Asian markets, and it'll damn straight be bullish for our markets. Got to head over to Discord. Shoot